Welcome back to Varsity College Football, your new home for college football and only college football. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for checking out the channel. Don't be afraid to drop a like and subscribe or leave a comment. Want me to talk about something? I'll get on it. So, Georgia, you're here for Georgia. Either you're a fan or you're just interested to know what this is about. The undisputed kings, the Georgia Bulldogs. So, Nick Saban is gone. Jim Harbaugh is gone. We really haven't, this won't really ramp up really until we start getting close to next season. Who is there in college football, coaching wise, guys? The undisputed king, Kirby Smart. Think about this. I went to a bunch of sites and I was just looking at people's opinions. Who are the best coaches in college football? And beside everyone thinks Kirby. I thought Kirby was the best even before Saban retired. Not saying like all time, but like before he got to the end, Kirby was operating at a whole different level than anyone, and he still is. The gap is insane. Like, think about this. So here are the names that I got from a lot of different people. Brian Kelly. Okay, not to knock Brian Kelly. Incredible coach, easily a top 10 coach. He is a proven winner. He always wins, but he never, ever wins the big one. So huge gap. Kalen DeBoer, really small sample size. He's a proven winner as well, but like, you're just now getting started. You're about to enter a whole new world. Ryan Day, no title. And the one thing, like, he's putting together a super team right now. I'll give him that, which he needs. The problem with Ryan Day that I personally have, which people can disagree with me, I've stuck to this for years. He's not a great coach. He's great at acquiring talent or keeping the talent that Ohio State has, and he relies solely on that talent to do the work for him, not truly coaching them. Just basically go out there and be like, all right, kid, you do you, and then hope he wins. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but Ryan Day, so far from Kirby. Steve Sarkisian, okay. Yeah, he's a great coach, not Kirby Smart. Dabo, if the late 2010s, maybe, yeah, but no. Norvell, really early, still a good coach. Kyle Whittingham, no, not even close. Still a great coach. Lincoln Riley, I found that laughable. I don't even think he's a top 10 coach. He's just he's the best quarterback coach. But besides that, spare me. Dan Lanning, this one's interesting. I do like Dan Lanning, but obviously he's not there. I still think he's a top 10 coach. I think Dan Lanning is going to be what Kirby Smart was from Saban. I think Dan Lanning is going to be Kirby Smart's most successful like protege. And still Dan Lanning is going to be the guy that I could see in the future maybe getting up to that level. But for now, no. James Franklin, laughable. Still a great coach, but compared to Kirby, no. Leipold, tour, incredible. He's doing miracles in Lawrence, but no. And Heupel, no. But like literally, there's nothing, guys. You can't like this Georgia team too this year, and now with the era we're going into, guys. This is the most scared I've ever been of a Georgia football team in my life. And that's a team that has won 30 of its 31 past games and 46 of its last 48. Guys, this Georgia team is the scariest Georgia team ever. One, because that guy is leading them. Two, he has real motivation. Kirby Smart has real motivation, not some fake stories about going 7-5. Non-fabricated stuff. They got real bulletin board material, even though they still may be preseason number one, whatever. They're out for vengeance to prove that they should have been there last year and that they're ready to take over this new era of college football. He's going to have them so amped this year. They're going to be out for blood. Like normally they're going to be the team with the target on their back, and they will be, but they're not going to act like it. They're going to be the one to throw the punch. That's how they are. That's Kirby Smart. They're going to be like an Energizer bunny if you gave them 2 scoops of pre-workout. It's going to be insane. But like I said, the reason this is going to be the scariest team, the Georgia killer is gone. Like before Kirby even got there, Saban was still a Georgia killer. Kirby got there. They have the win in the championship, but he also stopped you from winning more. Like Georgia could have 3 more national championships in the last decade or maybe a little before the SEC championship, throwing it in bounds stuff. Long time ago. Some of y'all might not even remember that or be old enough to. But Georgia could have like 3 more national championships if it wasn't for Bama. Like, it's that serious. Like, the Georgia killer is gone. The team that has blocked Georgia from becoming just an absolute nightmare, or the coach, is gone. And they have a chance to play Alabama early in the season and smack them in the face and set the tone for the new world. the new Georgia order, I guess, instead of new world order. But like the argument that people have that I've seen to to this is the college football playoff. Obviously, it's going to be harder to win. Like, no, obviously the playoffs here, 12-team playoff. You have to win more games to win a championship against a lot better teams. And I agree, it will be harder. But here's the thing. I think this Georgia team and Kirby Smart isn't really worried about that. I think they match up well against a lot of the teams nationally regardless. And then another argument you can make is the current stage of college football. NIL, transfer portal, blah, blah, blah. Kirby Smart has done that as well as anyone, and he's in like his prime of coaching with his age. He's one of the coaches who is not scared to attack anything. He literally has an incredible he has a great transfer class. I wouldn't say incredible, but very important position in transfer class. Recruiting, don't even get me started. Nobody recruits like Kirby Smart. And you just added Traveris Robinson, one of the best recruiters in the country from Bama. Guys, this staff is set up for so much success, even if they lose some in the future. But Kirby himself is not scared of this new era, guys. Literally, like I believe some players in the Saban era, even with NIL, people are like, okay, yes, there's a ton of money involved and it has a lot more impact than it has in the past. People will take pay cuts basically to go play for Kirby Smart in Georgia because they will take the short term less for long term more. That's what's going to happen. It's what happened at Bama some, I believe, personally, that happened with some players because they know what they're going to get if they go to that university, and they're going to get promised something that will be delivered to them by Kirby Smart. He will get you a championship, SEC championship or national championship. He will get you into the NFL. Look at the players he's put in the NFL. Half of teams' defenses, some of them are built from Georgia players, guys. It's ridiculous. He's going to get them to where they want to go. And it's not even close. Kirby Smart is the kind of coach who would run through a brick wall for a kid. He's the exact kind of guy I would want to play for. And if I was a parent, I'd want my kid to play for. He is set up perfect for this NIL thing. He was started in the old era, which is weird to say old era now, but of college football. But he's not a guy who's set up to fail in this new era of college football, nor is he scared of it. I just respect him so much. He knows the sacrifice it takes to be successful. In and out every single day, and he attacks it in and out every single day like it's the first day he got motivation to do it. This guy is for real. Let alone, let's talk about 2024 now for you, Georgia, and why I think you're the scariest team. Your schedule plays into it. And here's the thing. Everyone's like, oh, Georgia's schedule's finally tough, and I don't like that, actually. Obviously, you see who I'm a fan of. We haven't won at Georgia since I was 8 years old. I might have been 7, actually. My birthday might not have happened yet if I know the date. Shout out Brandon Cox for that win in 2005. But Georgia's schedule this year, Georgia having hard schedules benefits Georgia, guys. This Georgia team especially, you have a ton of key returning starters who you've added. You have Carson Beck, who's probably going to be a Heisman frontrunner. You have ETN, who transferred in, takes care of your running back room. You have a group of receivers who is a great group of receivers that will be elevated by Carson Beck. They may not be the best receivers, but his play will elevate them in the amount of trust without one key player for him to be able to separate or span the ball out will help Georgia's offense grow even more. And obviously you lose Bowers and McConkey, and that sucks. I mean, it's almost impossible to place. But you have Delp, who was the number 1 tight end in 2022, and Lucky, who was the number 2 tight end in the 2023 class. Delp had 24 receptions this year, 284 yards, and 3 touchdowns. His biggest game was against Missouri, one of your most important games. The kid's got experience. He's good. So don't worry about that. Overall, your team is going to be strong, let alone the freshmen you have coming in. You have the number 1 recruiting class. There's going to be impact players from that as well. So look at the schedule. Here we go. We got Clemson neutral site to open the year. You can set the tone there and just bury Clemson. You have Tennessee Tech, poor Tennessee Tech, at home second week. And then you go to Kentucky week 3, which is, thank God this game's week 3 this year, so we don't have to go through the yearly BS of Kentucky is good. Oh my God, because their first 5 games were like Vanderbilt, 2 group of 5 teams, and some other team who's somewhat to their level, and they won. Oh my God, Kentucky's undefeated. They're finally going to beat. Nope. And Georgia's going to squash that bug early this year, so we won't have to listen to that hype. Sorry, Kentucky. That's literally just the truth. That's how it is. Then you go to Bama week 4. That sets everything up. Like I said, you can start the new Georgia order right there. Just go in there, and if you can smack DeBoer in his first SEC game, set the tone and be like, look, welcome to the big leagues, buddy. That'd be big. And then you got Auburn at home. That's a shame. Mississippi State at home. Your home schedule is very favorable. Then you go to Texas. That'll be a good one. Neutral site, Florida, at Ole Miss, which Ole Miss is now good. And that transfer class is crazy. That turns into a tough away game now. Tennessee at home. Big to get that one at home. UMass at home. Georgia Tech at home. So here's the thing. This schedule's a gauntlet. It's not easy by any means. But this is an iron sharpens iron kind of thing for a team that's already like insanely talented. Even if they slip up once or twice, they're going to make the college football playoff. And if they slip up once, then you get extra motivation from doubt. I just think that, and I don't think they're going to go undefeated, but I think it benefits them to not go undefeated, which is some people say is the stupidest thing, which I can agree. I can listen to your side about that. With this schedule, you're going to learn so much about this team and you're going to get exposed on some things that it's going to help you even more, especially with the 12-team playoff. This is huge. The iron sharpens iron is real for Georgia this year. And this is going to help build them to even stronger contender. And they're going to be ready to smack people around once playoff season rolls around. The only team that I can see really, like if we're talking super early, the only team that I can see is stopping this team is Ohio State. But that's if all the pieces on paper come together and you still have, like I said, Ryan Day is the head coach, and I still fully never really believe in him. Plus, you can't even be guaranteed to play each other if someone gets upset. Very unlikely Georgia gets upset because obviously if you don't have Saban, we're a team of equal talent, which no one really does. It's hard to upset Kirby Smart. Ohio State could be upset simply because of Ryan Day being their head coach, or maybe Quinn Ewers goes off and has just like an insane night. He finally just has that incredible, crazy moment in the playoffs. But that's really the only thing. So that's what it is. I'm so terrified of this Georgia team. I think they're coming out and they're not going to be foaming at the mouth. They're going to be like just bleeding out of the mouth for success. And they're going to attack this football season harder than I think you'll see a team attack a football season in a long time. They're going to come up for blood. They're going to hit you. They're going to smack you in the mouth, and they're going to step on your throat after they've done that. And I think they will win the national. I mean, obviously, they'll be the number one team preseason, so it's not like I'm saying anything crazy. But I think it's not the fact that I think they're going to win it and all that. I think we're just going to see such a drive for success from this team that it's going to surprise people. I think we're in for some spankings on this schedule, and from Georgia giving them, obviously. But this team is ready. This team is ready, and like I said, in this new era of college football, this could be the time. We haven't had one before, but we could be entering. Even though the 12-team playoff, like I said, it can be hard to continually win them. We could be entering New World Georgia.